Hello everybody. Today we'll talk about the salary range as a remote software developer. A little bit of background. It's very hard to talk about these topics in a generic way. That's why in most videos online you will see that it's just a blanket statement that um, yeah, it depends. It really depends on the region, it really depends on the company, and everything is true about that. So that's why today I'll take a different approach. I'll tell you about my experience level, and then I'll talk about my what I have seen in the industry. So I've been working as a full stack developer for around 7 years, and as a remote software engineer for the past 3 4 years. My experience is, let's say, I'm someone with, let's say, 5 years of experience with React, Node.js, AWS, things like that. So a full stack developer. The tech stack doesn't matter. You can be someone with an experience with Vue.js and Django. That can be a separate tech stack. You can be someone with experience in Laravel and React or Angular, right? It doesn't matter. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're a full stack developer, or even front end heavy full stack developer or back end heavy full stack developer with, let's say, 5 to 7 years of experience, what can you expect? The first thing is, you obviously have to know what you are doing, right? If you have 5 years of experience but can't actually produce that or translate that in the day-to-day job, then the experience really doesn't matter. Which means you can be an engineer with, let's say, 4 years of experience, but you really know these different parts, or even 3 years of experience, but you have enough confidence that you can translate your skills into real life that helps the companies, right? So now let's get to the original point. So if you're someone with this range of experience, what can you expect? Let's first talk about South Asia region. South Asia means India, Bangladesh, this kind of region. I'm from Bangladesh personally, and in my country, I would say, if you have this level of experience and if you're really good, first of all, not all companies offer remote. Local companies that I'm talking about, if they offer remote, you can expect 15,000 to 20,000 per year, USD, right? I'm talking about USD, and it's a really good compensation considering our country, right? And I'm talking about the good developers. You can, some companies offer even less, just the 10,000 USD per year. That is another story. And I believe the salary range is kind of similar in India, especially for local companies, except for the really great and good companies and large companies. I'm talking about in general companies. Then moving to the Southeast Asian region, this includes sometimes Malaysia, sometimes Singapore, and things like that. So they really like this region, especially Bangladesh. They hire a lot of people from Bangladesh, as in my experience that I have seen. And in these regions, you can expect somewhere around 20 to 30,000 per year. Often those salary ranges are 2,500 to 3,500 USD per month, right? For an experienced engineer with 5 to 7 years of experience in a specific tech stack, or even sometimes less, doesn't really matter. Moving on to EU. So the European companies, they offer a little higher. In my experience, the lowest I have seen is 4,000 to 4,500, but on average you can expect at least 5,000 USD per month, which makes it around 60,000 USD per month. And they are also interested in our region, in this South Asian region, in sometimes due to, because we have really good quality engineers, and we don't expect that much considering comparing with our local salary. That's my experience in EU region for completely remote roles. If you go on site, that's a different story. Obviously, if you get a job at a good on site company, something like Google or similar, you can expect a much higher range, 96,000 USD per year, or even higher for that matter. I'm only talking about remote roles here. Moving on to the next, USA, which is the obviously most large companies are located in the USA and they have good fundings as well. If you have a job at USA as a remote software developer, and if you really know what you're doing, then getting up to 100K is nothing for an US company, because if they hire someone with the similar experience in the US soil who is living in the US soil, often they have to pay 200K, 300K, even 400K USD per year. So if they find someone working remotely, living in a low cost of living area, they don't mind giving 100K per year at all, even higher. I'm just talking about the baseline. So getting something like 80,000 to 100,000 per year for a US company is nothing at all. And some companies are truly globally remote. So these are the creams, I would say. So they are remote first and they don't discriminate based on location or anything. If you're skilled enough to get a job at this kind of remote companies who offer fully remote positions all over the world, and they have a fully distributed team, so someone is working at the USA, someone is working in the Malaysia, Indonesia, Bangladesh, whatever it is, then the salary range can be really high, right? For example, it can be even 150K, 200K even, right? It doesn't matter. And getting a 200K salary in USA and getting a 200K salary in my country, which is Bangladesh, is really different, right? Because in USA you have a lot of tax, the cost of living is really high in some areas, and a lot of surrounding costs, healthcare, food, everything is in general costlier than my region. So for example, in our country, if whatever we are earning, we have to pay a very little tax. We have very cheap everything basically. Obviously the quality of life is lower, but the salary is really good. So that was the thing that I wanted to discuss today, just to give you an idea of what you can expect if you are a good software engineer. uh, the bottom line is it really matters where you are working. So with the same skill set, someone working in a local company is earning, let's say, $2,000 per month. Exact same skill set, he is working for a fully global remote company, he is earning $10,000 per month. So keep yourself sharp, don't be afraid to apply to jobs, and yeah, that's about it. uh, hope you liked it. Thank you so much for viewing this so far. If you like the video, like it, and if you want, you can subscribe as well. Have a nice day.